What if I told you one woman's rise in the dangerous Ottoman court challenged a queen, won the heart of a ruthless sultan, and led to betrayal and tragedy? This is the forgotten story of Princess Fariya. A tale of love, power, and a downfall history tried to erase. Want more powerful stories that shaped history? Hit subscribe now and join us for epic tales you'll never forget. Every great story begins in mystery, and Princess Fariya's is no different. Her early life remains elusive, but what we do know paints a picture of a woman destined for something extraordinary. She is believed to have been of noble Circassian or Georgian descent, born into a culture that prized grace, intellect, and beauty. These qualities were not just admired, they were her currency in a world where alliances were forged and lives destroyed with a single smile. Fariya's journey to the Ottoman court likely began as a result of the empire's practice of selecting the most beautiful and intelligent women from conquered lands or aristocratic families. By the time she entered the imperial harem of Topkapi Palace, she wasn't just a young girl from the Caucasus, she was a contender in a game far deadlier than any battlefield. Picture this. Golden halls filled with silks and perfumes, the sound of whispers echoing through endless corridors. But beneath the opulence, the harem was a web of intrigue, where every woman sought to outmaneuver the others for a chance at power. For many, survival meant blending into the shadows. Not Fariya. From the moment she arrived, Fariya stood out. Her wit, her beauty, and her poise made her impossible to ignore. She quickly learned the unspoken rules of harem politics, where every glance could be a challenge, every word a weapon. She earned the attention of the palace's most important figure, Sultan Murad IV. Sultan Murad IV was no ordinary ruler. He was a paradox, fierce and ruthless in battle, yet deeply tormented in private. Known for his strict laws and violent temper, Murad wasn't a man easily softened. Yet, when Fariya entered his life, their connection was electric. Fariya wasn't just another woman vying for his attention, she was intelligent and daring enough to match his fiery spirit. Historians suggest she may have been one of the few people able to soothe his inner storms. Some even speculate that Fariya advised him on political matters, acting as an unseen influence in the empire's most critical decisions. But their relationship was more than just a meeting of minds. Murad, who often kept himself at a distance from others, found himself drawn to Fariya's warmth and strength. In her, he saw not just a consort, but perhaps the partner he never thought he'd have. However, in the Ottoman court, no relationship was ever safe from scrutiny, and no woman was more feared than Kösem Sultan. As the mother of Sultan Murad IV, Kösem was one of the most powerful figures in the empire. For years, she had ruled from behind the veil, her influence extending into every corner of the court. Fariya's growing closeness to Murad made her an immediate threat to Kösem's authority. After all, what could be more dangerous to a queen mother than another woman who might sway her son's decisions? The tension between the two women was undeniable. Kösem, known for her cunning, saw Fariya as a rival, and in the Ottoman Empire, rivals didn't last long. Despite the odds, Fariya continued to rise. Her intelligence and charm made her a favorite of the Sultan, and her presence at court became impossible to ignore. Some whispered that she might one day become more than just a consort, perhaps even a queen in her own right. But ambition comes with a cost. Fariya's growing influence not only angered Kösem but also drew the ire of other factions within the palace. Alliances were formed against her, and the walls of Topkapi began to close in. But ambition comes with a cost. Fariya's growing influence not only angered Kösem but also drew the ire of other factions within the palace. Alliances were formed against her, and the walls of Topkapi began to close in. What exactly led to Fariya's downfall remains a matter of speculation. Was it Kösem's doing? Did she orchestrate a plot to remove her rival, as she had done with so many others? Or was it simply the volatile nature of Ottoman politics, where power was as fleeting as the wind? Some accounts suggest Fariya was exiled, sent to live out her days in isolation, far from the grandeur of the court. Others hint at a darker ending, one that involved betrayal and a quiet death in the shadows. What we do know is that her story ends suddenly, like a candle snuffed out in the dark. And yet, Fariya's legacy endures. Though her name is absent from official records, her story lives on in whispers, passed down through generations. She represents the countless women who dared to dream in a world that sought to silence them, women who loved, fought, and lost in the corridors of power. Her relationship with Murat IV remains one of the most enigmatic chapters in Ottoman history. Did she truly love him, or was she simply playing the only game available to her? And what of her rivalry with Kösem Sultan? Was it born of genuine animosity, or was it a tragic misunderstanding between two women trying to survive in a man's world? But here's the question we leave you with. Was Princess Fariya a victim of palace intrigue, or was she a woman who dared to reach too high in a world that punished ambition? Perhaps her story is a warning, and an inspiration. If this tale of love, power, and betrayal captivated you, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more untold stories from history. Let us know in the comments what you think truly happened to Princess Fariya. And if you're ready for more intrigue, check out our other videos, because history is full of secrets waiting to be uncovered. See you next time.